Good morning, guys. Welcome to Feedback. We're working on a lesson for a headphone lesson. Right, Brian?
Yeah, I'm learning slowly.
Brian's very uncomfortable having headphones on his head.
It's because they have to be huge to fit on his head.
Is it because it's like a weird feeling? Did you have a childhood thing where people were covering your ears or well,
No, I just think I've never been a fan. I wasn't a big earmuff fan either as a child.
you weren't? Neither was I. So
Okay.
I don't think anybody liked earmuffs.
You didn't think that?
I don't think anyone did.
Oh.
Good call.
Well, welcome to Splitting Hairs, the Hairdressers podcast. We're back with another episode 8. So
Yay.
We're excited. We're also excited to announce that you can now get Splitting Hairs on iTunes. So just check out Splitting Hairs or Free Salon Education. You can type in whatever and it should pop up. And you can subscribe and check out the podcast. So excited for that.
Super exciting.
Yeah.
We're like Beyonce.
Like Beyonce? I gotta figure out the feedback. What is it? I don't know. Help me. So let's get into what we want to talk about today. Do I have those papers?
Right here.
See if we can. Actually, if I turn down these headphones, that might help as well. Does that seem better for you guys?
Let's go with yes.
Let's go with I think that's going to work. All right, cool. So we have a couple of things that we want to go over today. We have, I wanted to mention that you can definitely get us on iTunes, so we're good with that. Also, make sure that you subscribe on YouTube if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube. And then our Twitter is @Salon Education. And also my Instagram is _Matt Beck. We have @hairstyle with an E.
Dre Day.
Dre Day.
How do you spell that?
DREDAY.
So just, you can follow us on social media. Also, I want to plug a couple companies that have jumped on board with us that are really helping us out with freeSalonEducation.com, and that is Freestyle Systems, the hanging blow dryers that we love and use every day, and also Millennium Software, because they are always supportive of any venture that we decide to take. So thank you for that. And let's get into, we have some questions from social media. I tried not to overload it. I tried to go with just some of the main questions. We also put out a thing last night on Facebook asking people for questions as well. So we have a couple from that. So let's get into the first one. It's from Crystal. She says, do you have a video tutorial about cutting super curly hair on guys? Answer to that is we do not yet, but we are working on it. So we're trying to find a really curly haired guy to be a model, but we have Brian out at the bars on a lookout for that.
I'm keeping my eye out.
He's on it, or we're just going to keep growing his hair out and then we'll cut it. Right?
We'll just perm it, make it a little bit curlier.
Yeah. So, all right, now, and then we have Maria. She said she would love to watch a red-violet video, so I wanted to put that out there for, color
Done.
people. What are we coloring tonight, Treya?
I want to do a dimensional brunette tonight. So
Okay, very cool. So, not red-violet. But,
not very violet, but I mean,
there was a chance. There was a chance that it could have happened.
I mean, if I can talk her into it, there is that option.
All right, cool. And then Estella says, so only 6 rods fit in there, which she was talking about the NeuroExcel. Did we touch on this? Because this was about a week ago that she wrote it, but I don't
Fit
think
in where?
in the actual cell. So I think what people get concerned about with the NeuroExcel from Paul Mitchell is that that you don't set the rollers in it.
Like a
Like an
traditional
old,
set.
yeah.
No, it's one at a time, but it's because it charges so fast that it's okay that it's one at a time, because I guarantee, no matter how quick you are, by the time you get that one roller in, the next one's already charged up and ready
Because
to go.
they heat in 8 seconds?
Anywhere from 8 to 14,
Yeah,
depending
so
on what the setting is.
they were heating up fast, and I think the other thing was that they don't heat up; they charge up.
Right.
So that was the big difference between old rollers and what a NeuroExcel is that it heats up. It doesn't heat up; it charges up, and then you put it in the hair, so it's not hot, and then it gets hot.
Right.
So
once you get it off of the base, you have about 20 seconds before it heats up.
yeah, so it's like a time bomb.
Exactly.
Right. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question. William, one of our good friends on Facebook and has been a big follower of us on Hairbrained as well. says, what is the best advice for someone who lives in an incredibly small town and wants to become an educator? So I think that speaks for almost every single one of us sitting here right now. So let's start with Drea. Why don't you put in your 2 cents in there, and then, or 5 cents?
My 5 cents?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 cents sounds too cheap.
To be an educator, I just think, making yourself aware at the different distributorships, find a company that you want to work with or represent, and just start networking and making connections.
We can't see you at all.
We just see the back of her head.
Just throwing that out there.
It's okay, though, because really what they're watching is us recording this for iTunes.
Fair enough.
That's kind of how I've come to grips with, we will not be a professional video.
But for the 3 people that watch it.
Right. For all 3 of you watching. So it's okay, Drea. Just as long as your voice sounds great, that's all that matters.
I didn't say to face that. I'm
So
sorry.
what you were saying was distributorship. Find a distributor. Distributors are really the key to becoming an educator, because they're the ones that basically host the brands and allow you to get in with the brands. Right.
Well, that's definitely the route that you're going to want to go if you want to be an educator with a certain company. There's look at what we're doing. There's new ways to sort of just strike out and do it on your own if you want to. You pick up some kind of camera, you find a website like Free Education or freesaloneducation.com. Shameless plug.
That was a good plug.
You like that?
That was good how close you got to the microphone, too.
Hey, I'm learning. I told you, it's a process. But, if you're not necessarily looking to go with a specific company's education, then just keeping yourself available, again, like Drea said, with distributorships, because they sort of house lots and lots of different companies in one place. You have to, I think the biggest thing that I did when I was trying to become one myself was I made sure that every single person I met knew that I wanted to become an educator. So that as soon as the first question comes up, or we're looking for some new leaders, people remembered me and they knew to seek me out and say, hey, weren't you trying to do this? Come on board. Yeah,
I think that was, for me, I mean, I know you grew up in a small town. Drea was pretty small. Compared to my town, Drea lived in a city. But I grew up in the middle of Illinois, and it was 750, 800 people. I had 150 people in my whole entire high school. So, I don't live there anymore because I wanted to further my career and get a little bit further. I'm not saying that's what Brian was saying. The beauty of now, I needed to move out here to get exposure and to put myself in a bigger territory to be able to do that. You can be an educator in the middle of Illinois now, and you can do it right from your computer, which is great. And if you're looking to attach yourself with a company, like Brian said, we attached with Paul Mitchell real quick, and I had worked for them 10 years ago. And, I think it depends on what you want, because I wanted to be in front of as many people as possible, so I made the move and moved out to the East Coast to try to further my education and my career, get it more exposure. So I think, it just depends on your career goals. If you just want to educate people, you can do it starting today in front of your computer. And, William, we're always ready to, if you want to help us out with videos or anything like that, you can always send them our way and we'll figure it out. But I think that's what we're trying to create now, is a network of hairdressers from all over the country that are going to be putting things towards, free salon education. Crazy thing is, I was working on a new website. That's actually not that crazy, but I was working on a new website this weekend, and I'm hoping to launch it sometime next year, which will be the new freesaloneducation.com, but you'll be able to post your own videos to it. Right. So it won't just be us posting. That's not my goal, is to, for us to every night make videos. Eventually we need people. So we talked about that last week, but there will be in the future a website where you guys can post them. But for now, if you make a video, put it up on YouTube, send me the link, and I'd love to watch it. And, we might get it up there on freesaloneducation.com. So,
and I think what's good about that is, I've seen so many people just in the few years that I've been in this business that really thought they wanted to educate, they wanted to teach, they wanted to do it, and then as soon as they get into it, they were like, okay, maybe not. So what's great about this is now we have something you can kind of just get your feet wet a little bit. You know, get someone to hold your phone, record a video of you doing a haircut or a blow dry or any of this, like the stuff we do.
Right.
And you send it over, we put it up, you get a taste for it, see if that's the route you want to go, and then decide what you need to do from there to keep going.
And the other thing is we put up a video last week during our video shoot with Barrett, and it was showing kind of a little bit of, we had some fun with it, but it was a little bit of behind the scenes kind of showing just the minimal equipment that we use to make the videos. And I'm not saying we make the best videos ever at all.
No.
But
we make a video
we
that
make
people can
videos
watch.
that people can watch and learn from. And, so I think it's a pretty easy task to do. And, everybody's got iMovie on their computer. So just being able to use that and edit.
And when you go back 6 months ago, the equipment we have now versus back then is a huge difference.
Right.
I mean, we still, look at the ombre video. That was back, we made that with, we drew pictures. It's a sketchbook.
Right. Yeah. So, make it happen. And that's what really being an educator is all about, is just making it happen. There's certain things that I wanted in my career, and even a year ago, things I wanted in my career. Sometimes they're not handed to you. So freesaloneducation.com was born.
We're handing it to you.
So now we just decided to hand it to you. So that's it. We have another question from the Beauty Loft. I thought this was a great question. This was on our Facebook as well. How do you handle new clients inquiring about prices for services? Some think $40 is too high for a wash, cut, and style. Ready, go.
All right.
1, 2, 3, nut it.
Take the lead.
Okay. You know what? I think there's always going to be people who are going to think something's too expensive and whatnot. That's not your market then. You never want to devalue a service that you're providing. And if that's the set price for your haircuts, that's what it is.
Right. That's
Kick-ass
right.
answer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
And to the point, she says.
It's not a negotiation.
Right.
And I worked like a lot of front desks before, and I feel like people try to negotiate and bargain, and
Yeah, we're not the flea market.
this is not a flea market.
But the other thing is, our salon is the cheapest in town and the most expensive.
Yeah.
So we have a range of prices, and I know the salon that Brian was working at prior did not have a range of prices. And I think it's really important to have that so that you can cater to each type of person. And it also will kind of give stylists opportunity for growth as well. So that would be my thing, is if $40 is too high, maybe you bring on new stylists that are a little bit cheaper, but help them understand that the $40 haircut is for somebody that's in demand. It's a stylist that's, worked really hard for their reputation. And, Robert Croming says, his saying was red. It's reputation, experience, and demand. And I've kind of lived by that for a long time, because it's really important that people are paying for your reputation. So, don't raise prices too high, too quick. You'll feel it when you feel your book getting fuller, and people talking about you. You'll feel the buzz, and you'll know when $40 should not feel too high. I don't think it's industry average haircut price anyways. It's $42, so I don't think it's too much at all. Just be confident.
And just to hit on the other little part of that question is, how do you handle describing it? I think especially in a salon like ours that has that tiered pricing system, at some point you have to sit down and work out, this is how we describe this.
Right.
Because you have to be very careful when describing that to people, because it can kind of just go a little bit crazy, because I don't think it's such a common thing that people that don't work in salons really get it yet.
Right, yeah.
So have that simple dialogue that everyone sort of goes off of to describe it. It's based on education, time in the whatever you decide your thing is. Make sure everyone's saying the same thing, so it doesn't just come off like, oh, well, she thinks she's worth an $80 haircut, so that's what it is.
Right, exactly.
That's it.
That was the end?
That was it.
Okay, great.
And on a strong note, move on.
Yes. So yeah, in the end of it all, just $40 is not too much. Be confident about it, especially if you're cutting and styling the hair. cutting, washing, and styling the hair. I mean, yeah, the wash in there, it's worth $40, right? Anywhere else that they go, they're going to pay at least $40 once everything is added on, the wash, the cut, or the style, and everything else. So, so $40, be confident. You're totally worth it. The Beauty Loft.
Do it.
Okay. I want to announce that we're going to have another contest starting today.
Yay.
Because I like giving things away. I don't know why. This is like my new favorite thing. And I also think that if you're going to follow us, then I think it's just like a loyalty program with your salon, right? So that's kind of how I look at it. We have these loyal followers now. We just hit 5,100 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you guys for that. You know, and the more we grow, the more free things I can give away. So
True story.
Make sure you subscribe to this and make sure you follow us on Facebook because that's where the giveaways come from. And what I'm doing is basically calling companies and saying, hey, I have all these followers and you have a great product. Let's give it to them. So
next year we're shooting for a car.
Yes. Yes. So, you know, maybe if we get 100,000 subscribers, we can work that out.
Hey.
Actually, probably 1 million. But you
Whatever.
know,
We'll
whatever.
get there.
One at a
We'll
time.
get there.
One at a time. So we're gonna do a contest. We're gonna give away another YS Park little kit, which will have a 334 comb, clip, couple clips in
One
there.
clip. Just one.
One.
One clip.
Make it count.
And also YS Park tail comb as well. So it's about $35 value. And so we're gonna give that out over the next 24 hours. So make sure you like us on Facebook and then Gratitude Salon Education, and we can you can be part of that giveaway. All right, industry news. We're going to look at a couple different things. I want to show this picture, and we now have it hooked up so that Drea and Brian can see this. But here is the trend of the season is what they're saying. And can you guys guess what that is?
It's the light hair and dark brows.
Okay, all right. Well, you read the paper already.
No, I can see it.
I've been doing
I've
this
also-
forever.
So this is what they're saying is the trend for the end of 2013. And this is by youbeauty.com. So I didn't make this up. They did. But you can follow them at youbeauty on Twitter. But I was reading their website. I actually really like their website. And it's how to own the look of the season, blonde hair and dark brows. So what do we think about this? And I know that a lot of clients that I've had in the past, if you make them blonde, they think they need blonde eyebrows.
Yes.
So they think that their hair color needs to match their eyebrows. So this being the trend of 2013 is actually very exciting for me.
I mean, I love it because I think brows are such an essential part of your look.
Yeah.
And that they're there for a reason. They complement your eyes, they draw attention to them, and if you have a blonde eyebrow, it just kind of fades away into the existence.
Right.
I'll let you know that I went ahead and conducted an experiment on myself a couple years ago in this whole topic. I prefer to be blonde. I try to do it as often as possible.
Okay.
Bothering me that I'm not right now, but I'll get there. So a couple years ago, I had lightened my hair to as white as you could get it, and I was like, let's try the eyebrows too. I was probably 23 years old at the time, and then after I did it, I looked about 111. It's just
Nice.
It's not flattering. I think, what's tough if you go back to that picture, our lovely blonde on the right there. I mean, that's maybe 2 weeks worth of growth before that root comes back in. And if you would lighten those eyebrows up, then she's just not going to be matching at all.
No.
Right.
I think having the darker brows also kind of help make it so that, it's a more graceful grow out because it's going to happen. I mean, you can't stop the hair from growing.
Right.
So the darker brows just sort of helps keep it all together.
Also, have you ever seen where someone is growing out bleached out eyebrows?
Oh, it's awful. I've done it.
Well, I didn't know if you had colored them back right away.
Oh, no.
They're like
But
icing.
they
Like
start-
when we used to, I call it icing. What is it called? Frosting.
Frosting. Well, it starts
Frosted
looking cheetah
tips.
print because eyebrows don't grow like hair does. And
Speaking of cheetah print, wait. So I had a hairdresser when I was like, and I think her name was Heather. I'm going to say this because I used to be on the radio, and we had this place called Time for Tan. It was in Illinois, and they had a hair salon connected to it. So it kind of makes me realize that this is what I wanted to do because I would hang out in that hair salon all the time. Well, did you say hi to the mail lady?
Yes, I did. She said hi to me. She waved.
So we should invite her in. What happened was she highlighted my hair. She actually blonded my eyebrows. They matched my skin tone. It was embarrassing. But when you talk about cheetah print, she used to give me highlights with the cap, and it looked like, like a spotted cheetah on my head. And she would tell me that was the cool thing. Like that was a cool thing.
You're in the middle of Illinois. She can tell you anything she wants.
And I went with it. I rocked that look for like a year, and I thought it was cool too. But now that I think about it, I think she was just pulling my hair through the cap and it was bleeding.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So I've never used a highlighting cap. I don't know how that. Have you guys used it?
I've never used one, but when I was in hair school, the salon I worked for, the owner was very old school, and she had 3 clients that insisted on still having the.
Really?
Yes. And as an assistant, I hated it.
Please comment below if you have clients that are insisting on the highlighting cap and you have them call us.
I've seen it a few months ago. I wasn't my guest, but I watched it happen right in front of me. A woman came in and insisted it was the only way to make highlights look natural on her hair.
Oh, well, they'd have to move on to a new salon. So I'm not buying those caps.
No, I have no interest either.
When me and Thad were in Arizona, there was the guy who invented
No way.
the cap highlight. Yeah,
You know what? Good for him, though.
Yeah.
Because what was it before that?
that's true. I don't know. What was it?
I don't know.
We should research that. That's a Google thing.
Comment below.
Yes, comment below. If you
When I know
comment
when
below
from-
so we don't have to Google it, but otherwise we'll Google it and figure it out. We'll let you know next week. Okay, so the look of the season, we're into it. I'm into it. I like the dark brow.
I'm not mad at it. I think the Michelle Williams one, it's pulled off because it almost looks like a really, really short ombre.
And I really dig not that I know anything about lipstick, but the dark brows, the lipstick, and the blonde hair. I just think it's a cool look. So change everybody into that.
On
Okay.
it.
On it. All right. Let's see. Oh, and the other question was, do you have to go platinum to make that work?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so either.
I think it almost works better without going crazy, crazy white light.
Yeah.
I think even you hit that nice like goldeny level 9, it'll almost pull in the root color and the eyebrow color more seamlessly.
Right. Okay. All right. Beauty's next big ingredient. This is insane, just so you know. Ready?
Clorox.
I'm excited.
Are you at the edge of your seat
I
for
am.
the fact that Clorox Bleach or bleach is now what researchers are finding is an anti-aging powers in our popular household disinfectant. So basically what they're saying, and I'm not saying to do this, neither is Brian, neither is Drea, just
I'll
putting
try
that
it.
out there. What you're going to do is take just a little bit, I think it was like half a cup of bleach. It could be a capful too. No, it's half a cup of bleach.
That's
in
not a little bit.
I know.
That's a lot.
Well, hang on. So half a cup of bleach
To a
in a
swimming
full bathtub
Oh.
of water for a weekly 10-minute soak.
No. That sounds like
That's
chemical
what
burn.
they're saying. I know. It's hey,
It's like, if
So
you
my
also
question
run
is-
through a raging house fire,
Right.
it's going to remove all of your dead skin.
I understand the logic behind it because most anti-aging skincare products are exfoliating, but
what is it? Is it exfoliating though?
they exfoliate to remove the fine lines and wrinkles.
I mean,
Is
this
that what
has
bleach is
nothing to do
doing?
with hair, but I came across it last night, and I was like, "This is disgusting."
But my question is, what's the difference between doing that and sitting in a pool for 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Chlorine?
You got a point there.
Everyone looks better in the summer.
Because, I mean, I was a swimmer and I spent a lot of time in a pool, and I feel like it just dried out my skin.
Yeah, but what is the difference between Clorox bleach and chlorine?
That's I don't
They're
know.
very similar.
Another thing next week. We'll
Someone
You know what?
answer.
we'll
That-
Google.
Although the only thing that I can say that makes me almost want to say I get it is after you do like a base lightening on your head, like when I sit there and just leave lightener on for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And for 2 days your scalp just feels really tight. Like
Yeah.
like I just had Botox in my scalp.
Okay.
All right, so I get it. I'm gonna go home and try this.
Okay.
I just don't think
Actually,
I'd want to do
so-
anything that abrasive.
So Brian, we're gonna put Brian to the test on this. He's going to come back next week and give us a full. I'll give you the bleach.
You'll see I won't even have freckles anymore.
Right. Yeah.
My tattoos will be gone.
Nice.
It
All right.
worked.
Okay. So moving on from that, I'm not trying it. Brian will try it. Let's see. Next one is could mirrorless hair salons become a thing? There is a new hair salon, Sans or Sans Mirrors, hopes to create a more relaxing, positive experience for clients, but whether women are willing to give up the total control over their locks is debatable, which is very debatable. But do you think a mirrorless salon, which in this picture, I also got this from U Beauty. They provided all of our tips this week, but
I think
it's interesting.
I definitely see some pros and cons to this. I think it's probably just a trend right now. But pros, people don't have to look at themselves with wet hair or color on their scalp. Cons, now a stranger is looking at them with wet hair and color in their hair.
Right, yeah, and they're staring at each other.
Right. Other big con is you can't teach someone how to do their own hair because they can't watch you. You know, if you're trying to help them learn how to blow dry their own hair or comb their own hair or any of that, I'm just going to describe it really, really well.
Right. The only big benefit I saw from this is that you can have definitely more chairs.
Absolutely. Space-wise,
space-wise, it's going to save.
Be so much.
But I mean, really, it's not. I think that's the only benefit.
That just looks like someone's dining room.
I know. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I do think maybe I understand when people are coloring hair and stuff when they don't have the mirror, but I just don't think right now. It's just you can't teach with that, and that's our goal. So.
I see pros and cons. I think I'm a little bit more on the I don't want it.
Get guests coming back in on a weekly basis. Then I could see this being a good thing because we're going to be styling their hair for them all the time. But if they got to do it at home and we got to teach them and help recreate, then I think you're right. It's just maybe a little much. Yeah. But hey, to each their own. I mean, it's a cool idea. And I love people that push things
that are different.
That are different to another level. So, all right. Now let's get into our trending tresses.
Dun, dun, dun,
dun, dun, dun. I think,
nice guys.
Yeah, that was good. I need a theme song for that.
And that was it.
I was about to hit it.
That was your theme song.
I know. Dun, 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 dun. Okay.
It's my ringtone.
So let's kick it off with our first celeb.
Well, we have Khloe Kardashian.
You know how I knew this was a Kardashian?
Because Christina loved it.
Well, do you know Christina is at Kelly and Michael? Yeah, Barrett gave her the tickets.
Because of Instagram is why I know that.
Yeah, okay. So I'm like, I was super jealous because I'm like getting ready, watching Kelly and Michael, and I like them.
I do.
So,
I watched it yesterday.
I know it's weird.
I thought about you.
You did? So it's weird, but she's like, I really wish you could come. And I'm like, I got things. I have my own show here for 3 people that I have to do.
It's true.
Yeah. So anyways, but it says Kardashian on the bottom. That's the only reason I knew.
Oh, it does.
So yes.
It looks like Khloe's following Kim's footsteps with going blonder for the season.
Okay.
I just don't like them blonde.
I like hers better than Kim's because I feel like the dark isn't as dark.
Yeah.
And I feel like whoever did this did it the way that I selfishly like to do it, with the some highlighting that goes all the way up to the scalp, like right around her face and a little bit through, just the rest of her head there, just to make sure that you don't have too much of a contrast because their coloring is so dark.
Yeah. I mean, I do like this one better than Kim's, like you said, but I prefer them dark.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
It'll be cute when she has to do a bob.
Yeah,
next
exactly.
month to get rid of those extremely lightened ends.
Yeah, you know what's so funny? When we talked about Jennifer Aniston cutting her hair off last week, did we talk about her frying it?
No.
But yeah, I totally forgot about that, and I thought about it last night when I saw the picture. I was like, she cut her hair because she fried it, and we didn't even talk about that, but whatever.
Well, we hit on it with Jennifer Lawrence. That's what everyone's doing.
All right, next one.
All right, so we have Shay Mitchell. She is one of the stars of Pretty Little Liars. I don't know if you guys watch that.
No,
I do.
I trust you.
No, but look at her fried ends and look how she chopped it off. Look how healthy it looks.
Good
job. It is super healthy.
So that's a good thing.
I'm glad that healthy hair seems to be the trend now.
Yeah, I am enjoying that as well. I think it's like, a lot of, I like that that they're finally cutting it off. I just feel like, I know we talk about this every week, but I feel like it's finally like this dried, fried ends. It's going to get people in our salons more often.
Absolutely.
And that's what I'm excited about.
Well, and I think it's more realistic hair as well. You know, not everybody can afford to do extensions upon extensions upon extensions, and
Right.
Yeah. I do feel like the bob, though, that they're cutting, like this one that's kind of like 2 inches below shoulder, and they're calling it a bob. It's driving me crazy.
No.
I know.
But, I mean, I think that's realistically, salon reality, a good length, because I know I'm a big fan of that, just barely touching the collarbone kind of length, because it doesn't take much to decide, okay, I want long hair again and grow it out from there.
Right.
Or it's like, okay, I wanted to try having shorter hair, and you could kind of consider this shorter hair.
Yeah.
It's that good when people are on the fence length.
Yeah. And it looks great. It looks healthy. Good for her.
Yeah.
Thank you for cutting your hair off.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate it.
It made my life better. What I'm talking
I'm
about.
going to get Tina to watch this now.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, show it. This is the other cool thing. Now that we've been doing all this research, whenever we have guests in the salon, it's like, hey, check out this celebrity and this celebrity. It's very, very important to know this stuff, I think. And what we should do is post this stuff on Facebook so that people have the images. We'll make like, when we put out the Trending Tresses video, we'll post like an album.
An album, okay.
For the week. I think that would be cool for people.
All right.
We'll do all the work for everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Plus, it'll help us from doing the same thing twice.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, explain to me.
All right, so apparently John Cryer has been talking about the fact that his hair on the top of his head is painted on.
Okay.
What, Ducky?
Wow, good for him.
That he actually has only, he claims 5 hairs on the top of his head.
Okay.
And that he has a team of stylists that will go in and they paint this stuff on the top of his head with a roller, and then it goes in with powder.
With a roller?
He said a roller.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I would like to know what exactly this product is.
Yeah, miracle product.
And why not just get
Because
plugs? It sounds like a lot of work for every
Have
day.
you ever seen anybody with plugs?
it's awful.
No, people with only one round of plugs looks like a little bit of a Barbie doll, but if they actually commit to it and go through the full thing, then I think you can totally get away with it.
Well, and I've also seen a couple of my male clientele to get like the little bit removed. Is that plugs?
Yeah, they take it from
and
here.
they take it from here
there.
and they move it to the front. And that does look good. But
What's
the
funny
old
is if
school
I ever
plugs,
have to do that, I'm in trouble because back here my hair is like 10 times curlier than it is up here. I'll have a fro.
Nice.
So if you
Just
see me
a
with a
front
fro, it's
bang
no
fro.
because I got plugs.
That's great. Okay, so well, that's pretty cool. I think it's cool that he's coming out and saying that. Guys are too freaked out about their hair.
I know.
I hate that. Like trying to explain to a guy that color is okay, trying to explain to a guy that plugs are okay, that it's okay that your hair is coming out. We'll take it a little shorter. Like guys get so freaked out. You would think, but they only do it either here in the salon or probably at home. But
because otherwise they get angry about it.
Right, exactly. So help guys out, and this is a great story to kind of show that there is other things. I wouldn't suggest necessarily, but I mean you can't tell. When you look at this, it's like.
Well, my question is, wouldn't it be easier just to get? I know we see them all the time. The hairspray colors to touch up the roots that we stay away from for our female clients. But why couldn't they just spray that on their scalp?
I don't know. I mean, this is like a blurry iPhone photo, so you never know what that really looks like.
But it's
up
working.
close, but it
He's
is
on
working.
camera.
Yeah. So good for him. I'm a little confused by this picture, Drea. What's this one?
So this was apparently Rihanna has been sporting a new bob and
A
bangs.
mop?
Yeah.
A wig.
Yeah.
Well, we're not sure if it's a wig or not.
Okay.
But she, in her Instagram photo, she did thank her hairstylist.
Okay.
For the
Regardless
wig.
for that, yeah.
Oh, thank God I'm not the hairstylist on that one.
Thank you for my wig.
Yes.
But yeah, it's very heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's shaved in the side right now. I think that's just a little Dora the Explorer wig.
Yeah. Maybe it was a joke or something. I don't know. This is
Oh,
the one thing,
Rihanna.
and I want to talk about this because Jennifer Lawrence, we talked about last week, and we showed a picture of her hair, and this is my challenge with pictures because I was totally not for Jennifer Lawrence's haircut.
Right.
And then I saw like 5 more pictures of it.
Right.
And it looks great.
I've seen her in video, and it's actually really cute. I saw like a bunch of the funny gifs of like the goofy stuff that she does. I'm like, oh, that looks a little less Kate Gosselin. That's actually kind of cute.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
actually
So
really
that
like her.
picture was just terrible, and the color was terrible on that picture. She has a beautiful color, and that's one of my all-time favorite haircuts. The one that she's wearing right now. I love it. Little undercut on the side. The heavy bang comes over top of that. I really like it a lot. So I just want to say that in case anyone
In case
cared.
she's mad at us.
Yeah, in case anyone cared. All right. Last one here.
Nice.
My favorite person of all time.
Yes.
Yes, Justin Timberlake, who apparently is getting flack for his hair looking too similar to Robin Thicke.
Okay. So now he's trying to be Robin Thicke?
Probably.
No way.
No. Justin Timberlake is way cooler than Robin
That's
Thicke.
just the typical short on the sides, some length on top. Robin Thicke did not invent it.
I know. This is what kills me about everything in life. Let me rant for 1 minute.
All right.
Okay.
When people think that they created everything is an evolution of everything, right? And that haircut has been done a million times, and Robin Thicke is definitely not the first one to wear it. Along with haircuts that we do, we did not invent them.
Right.
We don't claim to invent them. We learn technique and show you guys.
Right.
And we show you as opposed to you going out and paying, a few $100s to get a DVD to learn a technique that you can learn in 10 minutes.
Right.
And that is the goal. And I just think that when people think that they create, like I could see if you were watching the creator of something charging you $300 for something. But
Okay.
if you didn't create it, like a Vidal Sassoon DVD, you better go out and buy it because it's worth it.
Right.
And it's the one DVD that's worth it. But ever since then, it's been an evolution of people creating haircuts that are still charging $300 using stuff that was, not the creator of it. So I never claimed to create these things. I'm not, I think that I got to get off the rant, but that's my piece there. Justin Timberlake did not steal that haircut. That's what I was saying.
He did not, but it looks
Yes.
good. I'm
It
digging
does.
his new look.
It looks great. I think a lot of guys should wear this. Little disconnection. It's not super tight on the fade, but
But I just think it's such to think back to what it was, what he looked like 10 years ago.
Right.
It's such a big, fantastic change. Like, I would love to sit down with his hairdresser for 5 minutes and be like, just walk me through all of the different things that you do to create this. Because, that's created. That is not that fuzzy little bleached out fro that he had.
and in the top, you can definitely tell there's something.
There's color, there's chemical, there's
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff going on in that hair. And I think it looks awesome.
I
And
just think it looks great that, it's showing men with a more styled look, but it's not overly styled.
Right.
Right.
It's something that they could accomplish at home.
Right.
Very cool. All right, let's finish up this episode. We want to talk about Barrett real quick. Barrett is produced 3 different styling videos last week. She got a little under the weather over the weekend, so we couldn't get the voiceover. So it'll come out on Monday for you guys, at least one of those videos, and we'll put them out after that. She did a wave set. She did a round brush blow dry, step by step, and then a smoothing blow dry step by step. So we're really excited for that, and we're hoping she feel good yesterday. I didn't see her yesterday.
Yeah.
Cool. So she's back in
feeling better.
action. She's back and ready. So I want to say thank you again to Freestyle Systems, one of our big supporters. We have Millennium Software. They've always been there for us, helping us out. And then True Beauty Concepts has really given us a few different products to try out. So we have some reviews on a product called Cune coming up. I think
Sweet.
it's Cune. We've been using it in the salon for about a week and a half, so we want to give you our opinions on that. And it's always our truthful opinion. Cune is not paying us for that. And then also Tara, our winner last week of the Indie Hair contest, the Indie has sent out that package. They're much quicker at that than I am. So
Nice.
that's great. So thank you, Indie Hair, for your contribution to our subscribers and our Facebook likers.
Yes.
So thank you guys so much. Follow us, freesaloneducation.com. Follow us on Facebook, Gratitude Salon Education. We got Dre Day on Instagram.
Yes.
And hairstyle, HAIRE style.
And _ Matt Beck. And then also Twitter at Salon. Everything is below. So if you're on the video, check it out. If you're on iTunes, make sure you subscribe. And then down below, there's a website button. Click that and check out our website. And we're always updating and everything. So thank you guys very, very much for following us and always being great.
You're wonderful. We love you.
Yeah, we love you. And I will love you.
All right.
All right, let's go do hair.
All right, bye.
All right, bye, guys.